boys and girls, we're going to make magic milk in kitchen science today. And all you need is a container with a lip on it so that the milk doesn't spill out. You need a little small container that you're going to put some dishwashing soap in, and then you need some food coloring, okay? And you also need a couple Q-tips. Now, you don't need a lot of milk, but you're going to put milk in the bottom of the container. Just put enough to just cover the bottom. That's it. I'll show you. Just enough to cover the bottom, not a real heavy, thick layer. Just enough to cover the bottom. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dish soap in the container, and I'm going to put some food coloring in, and we're just going to put a couple drops of each color. I'll show you. Turn it this way. Let me move it back. Okay, so I'm just going to put maybe a drop of yellow here. Maybe one blue here, one blue here. Maybe a green here and a green here. Red here, red here, red here. Okay, that's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dish soap. I'm going to dip the cotton ball, the Q-tip into the soap, like that. And then when you touch it to the food coloring, it's supposed to be a magical burst. Let's see. Look at that, that's really cool. That was really cool. I can maybe go in and dip a little bit more. Look at that. That's really cool. Wow. And then maybe what you can do is dump that out, put a little bit more in, and maybe you can try to experiment with different shapes, or maybe try to make a word, maybe some letters, a shape, anything, an animal. That's really cool. Then you can take the Q-tip, mix it up, make some different colors. You can still see the soap is interacting with the milk. Then you can dump it out and try it again and experiment with different ways to make that interact. Maybe make different formations come up. Okay? I can think of a whole bunch of different things that we could do with that. So, why don't you give it a try with your magic milk and let me know how it goes. Okay? Let me know what you see, what kind of experimental colors or shapes or things you were able to come up with. Okay, Have fun. Hi boys and girls. We're going to make another version of Rainbow in a Jar using different ingredients than before. I did one where I used different amounts of sugar and water with food coloring. It kind of mixed together a little bit, and then I did it again, letting the sugar dissolve, and it still mixed a little more than I liked. So this is what science is all about: experimenting, trying different things, seeing what works and what doesn't work, making hypotheses. So what we're going to do is we're going to take honey, green dishwashing liquid, water, olive oil, and rubbing alcohol. A 1/4 cup of each has already been poured into these containers, and what I'm going to do now is add the color to them, mix it up, and then we're going to layer it. So the heaviest, the most dense, is going to sit on the bottom. And then we're going to go all the way then we're going to put the dishwashing liquid in, which is not as heavy as the honey, so it should separate. Water is next, which is light. Water and oil don't mix, so the oil is going to be after that, and that should sit on top of the water, and then the rubbing alcohol should sit on the top. And if we pour it slowly, it shouldn't mix together. But this is science, so let's find out. Let's try it. So the first one I'm going to do is in the honey. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to put a couple drops of red and blue, maybe 2 of the blue and 2 of the red, because I want to make what color? What color makes blue? And red makes purple. So I'm going to mix that up. And that is a really dark color. Okay, my honey's a little thick too, so it's not really quite purple, but it's a very heavy. I'm going to clean off my spoon. Okay, the green dishwashing soap is going to stay green. Okay, we're not going to change that. The water, we're going to add some blue. We're going to make this water turn blue. Okay, so I'm just going to 1, 2, 3. Give that a stir. And now you can see it is, try to see, come back here. It's blue. Okay. And the next one, the olive oil, we're going to leave that its natural color, which is like a golden color. And then the rubbing alcohol, we are going to do a few drops of red. Okay, so I'm going to take the red and the rubbing alcohol. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 drops, and then I'm going to stir that up. Okay, there's the red. Okay, now we're going to carefully pour in order these into this glass. I'm going to put this right here so you can see. So the first one I'm going to pour, I want to keep wiping my spoon off. Okay, so we're going to pour this purple honey right in the middle. I don't want it to touch the sides. And this is really thick. It's a very dark purple. Again, I used a 1/4 cup of each ingredient. I'm really going to scrape the sides. Okay, that is really thick. Okay. Okay, the next thing we're going to add is the dishwashing liquid. Now, They said to tilt the glass when you pour and pour it in really slowly down the side. So slowly tilting. So far, so good with this. Okay, so you can see the purple on the bottom, the green dishwashing liquid is next. Now we're gonna add the blue water. Again, a 1/4 cup, I'm gonna tilt. Carefully and slowly, hoping that that doesn't, oops, a little bit of spillage there. Oh, look at that. Clean that up. Definitely want to clean up any dye that falls on the counter. You might want to cover it with newspaper because the dye sometimes stains the counter. Okay, you don't want to do that. All right, so we have the purple, the green, and the blue. This was, remember, this was the honey. Then the next was the green dish soap. And then we have the blue water, okay? Okay. Oh, I'm kind of nervous to pour this in because this looks so good. Okay, so we're gonna put the oil in, which should give us like a yellow color. Very slowly. Remember to tilt the glass, not too much, but enough to keep the separation poured slowly. Slowly. Don't shake the glass too much. The oil and the water should separate. Ooh. How's it looking? I can't really see from this angle. How's that look? Looks good. Okay. And then the last one we're going to add is the red, the rubbing alcohol. Okay. So remember, we've got the purple, honey, which is the heaviest, most dense, sits on the bottom. Then the next heaviest, or this is less dense than the honey, is the green dishwashing liquid. And then the next, this is less dense than the dishwashing liquid, is the water. and then the oil is less dense than the water, so it sits on top. Less dense floats. That's how I used to teach my 4th graders. Okay? Now, we're going to try to put this red in. This is the rubbing alcohol, and this should sit on top of the oil. I have to do it very carefully. Tilt and carefully and slowly pour. Oh, this is not, this is spilling for some reason. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use one of these cups. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to transfer to these because they seem to pour better. Come so far, I don't want to mess it up. Okay, we're going to tilt it. Clean that up. Let's take a look. All right. Rainbow in a glass. Purple, green, blue, red, yellow. Look at that. The red looks like it came down below the oil instead of sitting on top of it. That's interesting. Science. This is science, guys. This is so much fun. I encourage you, with a parent's permission, to try it at home and let me know how it goes, what you think. This was fun. And I'll be back with more science experiments from the kitchen next week. Bye.